Learning some tricks.
Yes, indeed. Oh, it's almost that time of year we start to cover things and people do it wrong.
That is true. So you start to cover things, but really you only need to cover things when there is a frost advisory.
Right.
So sometimes the weatherman gets it wrong. I'm not saying who, but you know, one will catch us off guard. But really, you don't need to go thinking, oh, it's winter, I'm going to go cover my plants. You could do a few things. Bring those that you know are cold sensitive inside. So let's start though first. Say you have a plant that you know can't handle frost.
Okay.
Like you were saying, some people do it wrong, meaning they cover it with plastic.
Yeah.
You don't want to do plastic because if you don't take it off the next day and the sun hits it, it's going to cook it.
Cook it.
Cook it. So this is a frost sheet. You can buy them at a nursery. You could use a regular sheet. I recommend, if you have a pot, using stakes to put in there or even on the ground to wrap it around so you have a little bit more airspace around the plant, and then put the fabric cloth around and then cinch it. Last year, we had like one major frost, but that frost came with severe winds. Blew all my frost protection off. Even though I staked it all down, the cold wind will do worse.
Should probably sue that weatherman.
Probably, yeah. Yeah. Another thing people like to do is the Christmas lights.
Yes.
Holiday lights. No LED. LED energy efficiency, don't put off. So the C3, C9 lights, I make sure when you're wrapping them though, you know, try not to touch as much foliage as possible. And I wouldn't do both, because if this does have heat leaning up against that,
that's true.
I don't want to be responsible for your tree going up in flames.
I saw somebody wrap LED lights last year. I was like, that's not
Maybe they did it for decoration.
Could have been.
Don't be so harsh.
That's
Maybe
true.
It wasn't, you know.
That's
I
true.
was kidding. Okay, so if you have a plant in a pot, so the bubble wrap you could put around the pot itself, and then newspaper tucked in around the trunk of the tree. So that will help it as well, in addition.
Okay.
And then two things. Leafy plants, before we get a frost, you want them well watered in, because they overcome frost when they're hydrated. The opposite is with succulents. You want your succulents to be a little depleted. So the echeverias, they handle cold. Something else to think about, not all succulents handle our cold. Aloe vera, believe it or not, is frost sensitive. So bring those inside. And what I've discovered is if you're bringing a whole bunch of plants inside for the winter and you need a lot of trays, these turkey, apparently when you cook, you need like these trays. These are $1 at the dollar store. The best trays ever. And put them by south window, east window, but if you don't have that available, those 4-foot fluorescent bank lights or even LED lights now are great to get your plants through the winter inside if you don't have that. So remember, leafy stuff well watered in, succulents, decrease the water, and also no standing water. When it rains and you have a tray, a saucer, especially succulents, you want that out of there. You don't want standing water in that. But that's it. Wait for a frost. Know your plant too. Some plants don't need to be covered, of course. Some might get some damage at 45 degrees. But, you know, frost in general, that's hurtful.
And once again,
plants.
some people use these pans for cooking. We don't know who those people are.
What is that?
Thank you, Plant Lady. Appreciate it. Your Facebook page is?
Marlene the Plant Lady.
Yeah, you can check it out when she's not here. Back to you. There can be rep.
I know nothing about